Bible tells us not to be unequally yoked. In 2 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 14, Paul encourages believers to not be closely bound to those who live in opposition to God's ways. He says, "Do not be unequally yoked together with unbelievers, for what fellowship has righteousness with lawlessness, and what communion has light with darkness?" So we're told here of the importance of setting boundaries with people whose values are in conflict with our faith. We become desensitized by the things we surround ourselves with, therefore growing sensitive, meaning becoming uncomfortable to the things that we are not exposed to. Understand that the worldly person will become sensitive, meaning repulsed and uncomfortable to that which is godly. And likewise, the godly person will become sensitive, meaning repulsed and uncomfortable to that which is worldly. And so that is why it's so important to surround ourselves with those people and put ourselves in those environments that are heading in the same direction that you want to go, or risk being led where God never called you to be. This is touched on in Proverbs chapter 22, verses 24 through 25, which says, make no friendship with an angry man, and with a furious man do not go, lest you learn his ways and set a snare for your soul. So this proverb warns against close relationships with those who are quick to anger. Their behavior can influence us negatively. Likewise, the same if we're hanging out with those in the world. So this emphasizes the importance of separating ourselves from individuals with destructive tendencies in order for us to maintain peace and avoid being drawn into their ways. Paul in 1 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 11 instructs believers to avoid those who claim to follow Jesus but live in open sin. He says, "But now I have written to you not to keep company with anyone named brother who is sexually immoral or covetous, or an idolater or a reviler, a drunkard or an extortioner, not even to sit and eat with such a person," meaning not even to have them as a casual acquaintance. This verse reminds us that removing people from our lives who live contrary to God's commands can protect our faith and witness. Sometimes separation is necessary to honor God. In 2 Timothy chapter 3 verses 1 through 5, Paul instructs us to avoid a long list of worldly behaviors because it spreads, desensitizes, and therefore corrupts. But understand here, so many people in the world profess themselves to be Christians. Like he ends that passage there and says, having a form of godliness, but denying its power, and from such people turn away. So choose to walk away from this and walk towards God for your health.